Frank Castle is back. Burnt, hallucinating, and more dangerous than ever. Today we're breaking down everything we know about Punisher. One Last Kill. The upcoming Marvel special presentation written by Jon Bernthal himself. We're talking predicted plot points, scene breakdowns, and the biggest theory of all. Who or what is driving Frank towards that one last kill? So let's start with the confirmed premise. According to Marvel, Frank Castle is trying to live a life beyond revenge until an unexpected force pulls him back into the fight. We know this special takes place right after Daredevil Born Again, where he escapes Kingpin's custody. So he's a fugitive, he's unstable, and the trailer shows him literally on fire. A visual metaphor for a man burning alive from the inside. This isn't soldier Frank Castle. This is a ghost. Let's break down some key points and scenes. Back in Daredevil, Frank bursts out of Fisk's blacksite facility after the events of Born Again. Maybe wounded, definitely paranoid and hearing voices. This mirrors Punisher Max's psychological breakdown arc. In the trailer, we see Frank hallucinating about his family and friends. Curtis appears, but he's a ghost, so he's not really there. This is straight out of Widowmaker and Max, Frank's guilt becoming a character. We also see Gnucci, and I apologize if I butchered that. I know no Italian whatsoever, so if there's any Italians watching, don't kill me in the comments. We see Gnucci screaming, covered in blood. We see the Gnucci restaurant at the end of the trailer behind Frank. It's likely Frank has killed a member of the Gnucci crime family. You know, probably more than one. So, you know, the mob does what the mob does. The matriarch at a Gnucci crime family, confirmed to appear, Gnucci, declares war on Frank. And this is the clearest welcome back Frank influence. Let's talk theories. Theory 1. Gnucci, the obvious villain. She has motive. She has resources. She hates Frank more than anyone. But she's also too straightforward. Marvel wouldn't hide her if she were the mastermind. Theory 2. A Widowmaker style group. In the comics, a group of widows hunts Frank for killing their husbands. This fits the trailer's theme. Guilt, hallucinations, Frank questioning his mission. This could be adapted into a single character, a survivor of Frank's past carnage. Theory 3. A corrupt NYPD task force. The MCU wiki lists NYPD involvement. True or false, we'll see. I know it's not the most reliable source. Kingpin's anti-vigilante regime is still active. A rogue task force could be using Frank's legend to justify executions. Theory 4. The most likely a false Punisher. This might be the strongest theory. Why? Villains in the past have already masqueraded as heroes. Bullseye dressing as Daredevil is one. Marvel loves legacy corruptions arcs. You know, see Hawkeye, Falcon, Moon Knight. Someone is wearing the skull, or multiple people are wearing the skull and using it to kill in Frank's name. And someone wants the world to believe the Punisher is out of control. Theory 5. My theory. We see this little girl multiple times throughout the trailer. who is she? Does this little girl and her family remind Frank of his family? My theory is Frank does his Punisher thing. He kills some mobsters, probably Gnucci's son or daughter, husband or brother. Frank kills someone close to Gnucci, but instead of sending usual goons, she employs some street-level projects henchmen to distance herself from the payback against Frank. I believe the little girl and her family live in the apartment across from Frank's safe house, and that little girl and her family will be targeted by Gnucci to force Frank back into the fray. But we also see the carousel and blood splatter on one of the noses of the horses. Is it a flashback, or is Frank back where his family was murdered to finish someone else from his past? The story pulls elements from Welcome Back Frank, Max, and Widowmaker. Whatever the case is, Frank is fighting multiple enemies and his own demons. Marvel has said this special is about Frank finding meaning beyond revenge, but the title, One Last Kill, tells us the truth. Frank doesn't get peace, he gets purpose, and that purpose is violence. Predicted ending? I don't know, man. Whatever the case, Frank is fighting his demons, his guilt, his regret, multiple enemies, all at once. But I believe by the end of the special, Frank will get some sort of redemption that brings closure to him and his losses. Whether it's by Frank killing an imposter or a mastermind, someone else back from his past. Maybe Frank is seeing Curtis's ghost because Curtis's family is in danger. And maybe Frank feels guilty because Curtis is dead. And as a friend, Frank believes it's his duty to protect Curtis's family. Maybe it's Curtis's family across the hallway from his safe house we see in the trailer. But whatever happens, this sets up his confirmed future appearance in Spider-Man Brand New Day. So that's my full breakdown of the Punisher, One Last Kill, a psychological descent, a legacy corrupted, and a final kill that defines the MCU's Frank Castle moving forward. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment and let me know, who do you think is Frank's One Last Kill? Mother